Hi everyone, after editing this video there was two things I forgot to mention very quickly. Number one, if you do go and meet any sponsors, especially if you're under 18, definitely make sure you take either a family member or your coach along with you. And number two, I know it might be tempting with us being in the fight game to drop us a message asking us about sponsorship, but we can't show favouritism. We get so many messages from people, it's very difficult. We can't help everybody and we don't want to show favouritism. So unfortunately we don't do any sponsorship at the moment. But good luck on your journey. I hope this video is of some use and I hope you manage to pick up some sponsors yourself. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Seconds Out Fight Store. In today's video we're covering a super important topic for so many fighters out there: sponsorship, and specifically how to get more sponsors as a fighter. So I get this is probably completely alien to so many people out there. Like, you know that you want sponsors and you need sponsors, but how do you go about it? Who do you ask? Who do you speak to? How do you even begin? What is the process that you need to follow to get more sponsors? Don't worry, don't panic. We've got loads of tips to cover off here, give you all the information you need to help you get more sponsors. The first stage of this, maybe the most important, is the planning phase. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a pen and paper, or use your phone if you want. Write down a list of, say, 20 companies. You can do more or less if you want, but let's just use 20 as an example. Write down 20 companies that you would potentially want to work with, starting with the most desirable. So the number one company that you definitely want to work with. Now, depending on your level, is depending on how realistic you can be with this. If you're a professional fighter, you might want to be targeting bigger brands. If you're an amateur boxer who's, say, starting out or got a few fights under their belt, then kind of be realistic. If you go and target companies like Nike and Adidas, the chances are you're not going to get a reply. So be realistic in the types of companies that you're going to be target. Start off by writing down those companies 1 to 20. Once you've got your 20 companies, the next thing you're going to think about is what you want from those companies. Are you looking for equipment, for them to buy you equipment? Are you looking for a cash payment into your bank account? Are you looking for a monthly payment from them? What is it that you're actually looking for from them? So you can do different tiers of sponsorship as well. So one idea that I really like is to do different tiers. Not every business is going to be in the same financial position. So if you go to these 20 companies and ask them for £5,000 or something, that could eliminate a massive amount of companies from that list who might still be willing to help. So what you want to do is think of a gold, silver and bronze tier structure. The gold structure, the gold sponsor, they might get, say, I don't know, £1,000, and that will get them whatever it is, logo on your shorts, on your t-shirt, social media shout outs, things like that. You might have a silver level post at, say, £500, which gets them a wee bit less, and then a bronze level package which gets a wee bit less than that at, say, £250. So obviously you'll know your own circumstances better than me and exactly what it is that you're looking for, but having a gold, silver and a bronze tiering structure will help you to appeal to more companies out there in the market. The next thing, once you've got an idea of what it is you're looking for, you want to have a wee think about how long the sponsorship's going to last. So is this a one fight deal? Do you have a pro debut coming up and you're looking for sponsors for your first fight and then you're going to reevaluate it? Is this a monthly thing? Is it going to be for the full amateur season, for example? Have a think about exactly how long you want the sponsorship to last. So if a company comes along and offers you, say, I don't know, £500 for your sponsorship, is that going to get them sponsorship for the full season or just one bout? So start to have a wee think about that, and again, write that down as well. Ideally, what you would like to do is put some kind of sponsorship pack together, maybe like a PDF document that's got a wee bit about yourself as a fighter, who you are, what your goals are, the different tiering structures, how much it costs, what they're going to get, all that sort of stuff. If you can do it, it's great. If you can't, don't worry about it at all. But that's where maybe friends and family can come in to help. If you maybe aren't too sure on that sort of thing, or it's not your area of expertise, you can always ask for some help. But don't worry about doing that. It's not absolutely essential, but if you can put some kind of electronic pack together, then that's definitely going to be a winner. The last stage of the planning side before we move into the action phase is to have a think about what you're going to give back to those sponsors. So if they say buy you a new sparring set or sponsor you £500 in cash, what is it they're going to get back on that? The types of things that you can do, we touched on earlier there. So you could put like training t-shirts together with your sponsors' logos on them. Maybe your gold and silver ones go in the front and your bronze ones go in the back. You could put their logo on your fight shorts. You could do social media shout outs for them. You could give them tickets to your fights, depending on how much they're sponsoring you, of course, and what your circumstances are. But these are just a few things that you can think of to give back to your sponsors as a thank you, because even if they are being generous just to sort of help you out, it's definitely nice to give them some kind of return on investment. And if they're spending a lot more, or you're a professional fighter, or this is a more serious thing, they are definitely going to look for some kind of return from that as well. Getting followers up is absolutely awesome, and again, it's going to make you more appealing to sponsors out there. So if you've, say, got 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever it is, followers on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, then that's going to be really appealing. But don't panic, don't worry. If you're just starting out or you're an amateur boxer and you don't have a massive following, it's not absolutely essential. But do what you can to try and get your follower base up as well. So post content of you training, anything else that you can think of, day in the life, anything like that that is going to help build your followers up and sort of advertise you to more sponsors. So there's loads of different videos out there on how to grow on social media. That's not what this video is about, but it definitely helps to get your Instagram followers up, your Facebook likes, all that sort of stuff. But businesses are also getting wise as well, so they know that it's not just all about followers. A business might then come to you and ask about engagement on a post. So that's all very well having 5,000 followers. You can go and buy 5,000 followers for a very small amount these days. It's pretty ridiculous what you can do. What a lot of businesses will look for now is engagement. So ideally what you can do is take a post to them that's done really well of you training, for example. Say, look, this is me wearing a t-shirt with my sponsors. This post has got X amounts of thousands of views, or it's went out to a reach of so many people. Again, if you want to find out more about how to find out how much reach a post has got, just type it into YouTube. There's loads of great videos out there. But this is all good news stories that you can build to make yourself more appealing to sponsors. So the next stage is the action side of things. We're going to take all that planning that we've done and now put it into action. The next stage, what you want to do is to write down a script of what you're going to say to the businesses that you're contacting. So if you're going to send them a DM on Instagram, for example, you want to already have something pre-written that's about you as a boxer. Or if you're going to put that into your sponsorship package document, then have a wee bit of think about what you're going to say about yourself. I would definitely recommend doing this yourself and not getting somebody else to do it, so it does come across as personal and genuine. What you also want to do is, once you've got your list of companies that you want to work with, ideally, is to start following them on Instagram or on Facebook. I would go and follow all these companies that you've got in your top 20 list. Worst case scenario, if they don't get back to you, you can always unfollow them, but show that you're taking an interest in their business. And when you send this message to them, make it personal about their business, so tell them about you. Also say what you've noticed about their business. Let's just say it's a local butcher's, for example. You've noticed how good their customer service is, the quality of the meat that they supply, the food that they supply, that sort of thing. So it doesn't have to be long, just a wee line or a sentence to say you'd love to come on board, you're looking to work with companies that are, provide the same quality and things like that you've got, and all that sort of stuff. So wee things like that are a nice touch to show that you're making the message personal to that business, and it's not just a generic mailer that's been sent out to 100 different companies. And then from there, what you can do is you can also put a post out onto Facebook or Instagram, put a post out saying that you're looking for sponsors. This is a great way to do it on Facebook because you've probably got all your friends and family on there and people that train at your gym. So put a post up saying, I'm looking for sponsors, I'm looking for help, support with my next sparring kit, or a monthly payment so I can go full time in my boxing training, anything like that. Get all your friends and family to share that, and that will also go out to all their friends, and that'll give you more exposure to different types of businesses, and you might find some of them actually contact you. Now, once we've got our plan in place, we've got our structure of companies that we want to target, we've got our gold, silver and bronze memberships, we know what we're looking for from companies, we know what we're going to give them back, we've got a rough script of what we're going to say to the companies when we contact them. We've put out a post on Facebook to all our friends and family to say, please share this about me looking for sponsorship. The next step is to contact these companies and see what kind of responses we can get from them. You can do this by email, you can contact them on Instagram DM, you can contact them on Facebook, you can write a letter, you can phone them, whatever you prefer, whatever is your preferred method of contact, do that. Now, one massive tip after you've sent out these 20 messages is you will probably find that most of these companies will not get back to you. It's just the nature of people that are in business. They're busy, they've got things to do, they probably get bombarded with loads of messages. The one thing I would say to you is, if you don't get replies from companies straight away, do not get downhearted, don't get upset or disappointed. It is completely normal. I would kind of use a funnel analogy here. So you'll start off with your 20 companies that you're targeting. Of those 20 companies, maybe 6 or 7 will get back to you. You might find of those 6 or 7, 5 or 6 will say they're not interested, sorry. 2 or 3 of them, for example, might say, okay, let's have a chat, and then you can sit down and start to have a conversation with them. From there, again, you might find that all of those that were remaining say, nope, sorry, it's not for us after that. And then you have to start the process again and get another 20 companies of who you would want to work with. So this process might repeat itself 2 or 3 times, depending on how many companies you're looking for and depending how lucky you get. But for every no that you get, you're one step closer to a yes. So keep going. Don't give up. If it doesn't happen straight away, don't get downhearted about it. So let's just say now, out of all these companies, we've got 2 that have got back in touch with us and are prepared to sit down and have a chat with us. however they want to meet and whenever they want to meet, do your best to make that happen, especially if it's somewhere that's not too far away from you. So if they invite you out to their premises for a meeting, then definitely do that. They might want to show you exactly what they do and see if you're a match for them. So if they want to just have a chat over the phone or reply to your email, that's completely fine as well. You want to be as flexible as possible. And when you are having conversations with them, ask them about their business as well. Show that you're interested in what they're doing. And it's not just a one-way thing of you trying to get as much as you can off of them. And when you start to have this conversation with them, this is a great way to do the opening of when you're having the conversation, is to ask them what package they might be interested in. You've said to them about the gold, silver and bronze, which one would work more for their business. I wouldn't try too hard to upsell them or push them or anything like that. If they've said the bronze package is all they can do, I would be grateful for any kind of sponsorship that I can get, and I wouldn't try and push too hard to say, would you not be willing to go to here or here? Start off, especially in the bronze package. You can always reevaluate it further down the line. So now, great news, we've got one sponsor on board. From the 20 companies that we've contacted, the ones that we met with, we've now got one company that are willing to sponsor us. This is brilliant. What you want to do is make a big fuss about this. You want to put posts up on social media to show that you have a sponsor on board. And then the big thing after that is to always do what you say you're going to do. So if you say, no matter how big this company might be or how small they are, if you say you're going to do something, is to make sure that you do it. So if you've said that you're going to do 2 social media posts every month, make sure you do those posts. If you're going to get their logo printed on your training t-shirt, then definitely make sure you do that. You want to treat them like royalty. They're investing their hard-earned money in your journey. If this is only a fight-by-fight basis or even a seasonal thing, you've got much more chance of getting that repeat sponsor if you do what you say you're going to do. The next point I would make is, once you've got your sponsors on board, you've done what you say you're going to do, you've got all their logos sorted, is to never ever take advantage of people's generosity. So if you do have a very kind sponsor who's willing to give you everything you need, maybe they're buying all your sparring kit for you, your boxing boots. Times are tough even for the biggest of businesses, and if somebody has been extremely generous with you, definitely take what you need and ask for what you need, but don't take advantage. If you only need, say, £100 for a pair of boxing gloves, don't then ask them for £500 so you can go and get something else that hasn't been part of the agreement. Again, that's going to make a big difference when you come to renegotiate further down the line at the end of a season, at the end of the bout, for the next lot of sponsorship. When you've got your sponsors on board, you want to make sure that you're posting regular training videos as well, especially if they're following you back on social media. Let them see what you're up to, let them see that there are logos on your t-shirt and that you're promoting them. Tag them in posts that you do as well. So if you're doing a training post with their logo on the t-shirt, tag them in the post as well. Show them that you really care and that you really value having them as a sponsor as part of your journey. Now, here's a couple of points that you might not know about that actually might make you more appealing as a sponsor, no matter what stage you are on your journey. For a lot of businesses, sponsoring a fighter can be a tax benefit for their business. So a lot of companies are actually looking for ways to spend money to try and keep their tax bill down. So you might just approach them at the right time where they're looking to try and spend some money and they've got that extra budget available. So don't be afraid to reach out to companies. Make sure that you know your value as well, that what you can bring to the table for these companies without sounding cocky or arrogant. I hope this video has been of some use. If it has been, please don't forget to tap the subscribe button. It really helps grow the channel. We really appreciate your support. We're all over social media, so you can find us easy enough. But thank you again for watching. If you do have any questions, stick them in the comments section below. We'll do our very best to get back to you. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.